She was only 5 years old, full of life, laughter, and innocence. But on a warm June afternoon, Summer Wells disappeared from her home in Tennessee. And in an instant, her family's world collapsed. What followed was one of the most relentless searches in the state's history, and a mystery that still offers no answers. On June 15, 2021, in the rural hills of Hawkins County, Tennessee, 5-year-old Summer Munuta Wells vanished without a trace. Her family reported that she had been seen just minutes earlier inside their home. Yet when her mother went to check, Summer was gone. Despite an unprecedented search effort involving local law enforcement, the FBI, and specialized K-9 units, the little girl has never been found. Her disappearance triggered national attention, widespread media coverage, and years of speculation. But behind the headlines is a haunting reality. A child's life cut short of safety, with a mystery that remains unsolved. In this case, there is no confirmed perpetrator. Law enforcement has never named an official suspect. What we know is this: Candace Bly, Summer's mother, and Don Wells, her father, were the last to see her alive. Both parents have been heavily scrutinized by the public and the media. Their backgrounds, marked by struggles with addiction, legal troubles, and complicated family dynamics, have fueled questions about the environment in which Summer lived. But despite rumors and theories, authorities have been clear. No one has been charged in connection with Summer's disappearance. Summer Wells was born on February 4, 2016. She was described as a lively, playful little girl who loved the outdoors. Friends and neighbors recall her energy, always running, playing barefoot in the grass, and eager to explore. Her family said she enjoyed church and loved being the center of attention during hymns, sometimes dancing in the aisles. She was the youngest of 4 siblings, living with her parents in a modest home in rural Rogersville, Tennessee. By all accounts, she was a joyful, spirited child, innocent and full of life. Before Summer's disappearance, her family had a history of domestic issues and legal troubles. Don Wells, Summer's father, had prior criminal charges, including arrests related to drugs and burglary decades earlier. Reports indicate that Child Protective Services had been involved with the family before Summer vanished, though the details remain sealed due to privacy laws. These circumstances painted a picture of a troubled household, one where outside observers later questioned whether Summer was truly safe. On June 15, 2021, the day began like any other for the Wells family. Summer reportedly spent the morning with her mother, Candace, and grandmother. They ran errands, including a trip to a local swimming hole where Summer was seen on video that would later circulate widely. That afternoon, back at the family's home on Ben Hill Road, Candace reported that Summer had been helping her grandmother in the garden. At some point, Summer went back inside the house. Her mother claims that just minutes later, she went inside and found Summer gone. It was approximately 6:30 p.m. when Candace Bly dialed 911 to report her daughter missing. The exact moment of Summer's disappearance remains unknown. According to her mother's account, Summer was last seen walking down into the basement after returning inside. When her family checked moments later, she was gone. Her father, Don Wells, has said he believes Summer was abducted, taken by someone lurking near the property. However, law enforcement has never confirmed this theory. What we know is simple. There was no forced entry, no sign of a struggle, and no confirmed eyewitnesses. Within minutes of the 911 call, local deputies arrived at the scene. What followed was one of the largest search efforts in Tennessee history. Hundreds of officers, volunteers, and search and rescue teams combed through rugged terrain surrounding the Wells property. Helicopters scanned from above. Divers searched nearby waterways. Specialized dogs tracked scents but quickly lost the trail, suggesting Summer's scent disappeared near the road. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation (TBI) issued an endangered child alert, which later escalated into an Amber Alert. The case spread rapidly across national media. Yet, despite the vast effort, no trace of Summer was found. Investigators conducted hundreds of interviews and chased down countless leads. Surveillance footage from the day was reviewed. Tips poured in from across the country. Authorities have been deliberately cautious about what evidence they share publicly. They confirmed that every family member was questioned and that search warrants were executed at the Wells home and property. The TBI later stated, "We have no suspects at this time. Everyone remains a person of interest." Years later, there are still no confirmed breakthroughs. There has been no confession, no arrest, and no official suspect. Both parents have been questioned multiple times. Dawn Wells has given numerous media interviews, often insisting that someone took Summer. Candace Bly has spoken less publicly, but has also denied involvement. While both parents remain under scrutiny, neither has ever been charged in relation to the disappearance. Because there has been no arrest, there has been no trial. This is where the case stands frozen, a crime without closure, a mystery without answers. In the months following Summer's disappearance, tragedy compounded. Her 3 older brothers were removed from the Wells custody by Child Protective Services. The Wells family home has since become a symbol of unanswered questions, visited by investigators, surrounded by media, and speculated about endlessly online. As of today, Summer Wells remains missing. Authorities say the investigation is still active and ongoing. Her parents continue to plead for answers, while the community holds on to hope that one day, the truth will emerge. Summer Wells should be 9 years old today, playing, laughing, learning, growing. Instead, her absence is a wound that time cannot heal. Cases like this remind us of a chilling truth. Sometimes the greatest mysteries are not in the shadows of strangers, but in the silence of those closest to home. If you have any information about the disappearance of Summer Wells, please contact the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation at 1-800-TBI-FIND. And to our viewers, thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. Together we keep Summer's story alive, until the day answers finally come.